Hi everybody, this is Steve.
I'm Don.
We're on Oceana. As you may know if you've been reading the blog, we were going to do a sailing trip together from Rock Hall, Maryland to Charleston, South Carolina, and tomorrow is the day that we will actually take off. We've been here at Rock Hall for about 3 days, getting the boat ready, putting our food and drink on the boat, and cleaning it up, and doing a couple major repairs to make sure that we're safe and that everything's just tip-top on this 31-foot boat. This is a little bit new to us, so we're going to take the trip and be cautious, but we want to see as much as we can and have a little bit of adventure and have a lot of fun. And as you may know, Don and I grew up together, and we've always been a touch adventurous, so this is kind of regrouping and sort of like a bucket list, I guess you might say. We decided, at least I thought it would be a good idea, and Don agreed that if we could do something worthwhile during the trip, that would be good. So we teamed up with Oceana, and I'd like for you to check it out sometime, oceana.org, and see if you can't adopt a creature while we're floating along with us. It would support us and also support a great cause. Oceana is the world's largest organization helping preserve the oceans and wildlife and sea creatures and so forth. So that makes sense to us, and hopefully it will to you too. Tomorrow morning, hopefully a minute before the sun comes up, we're going to take this 31-foot sailboat out this harbor here at Rock Hall, Maryland, which is just across from Washington, D.C. If you just moved a little east from Washington and Baltimore, you'd end up here at Rock Hall, Maryland on the eastern shore of the Chesapeake Bay. So we'll motor out. That means we'll turn on the diesel engine and chug along. You like that sound effect? And we'll chug along. And when we get out a couple, 3 miles, we'll put the sails up, we'll kill the engine, and we'll sail towards first stop, or at least first point will be Annapolis, Maryland. So then we'll sail underneath the Bay Bridge, which will be kind of neat because we drove across that a couple days ago.
Right.
and talked about having been on that a couple times and looking down over it. It's a huge bridge. And then we'll point to a place called Solomon's Island, which is, we think, about a day's sail from where we are now, and we hope to get in there a couple hours before dark at Solomon's, and we'll dock and regroup and figure out what we did right and what we did not so right, and regroup for the next day. So that's kind of what I wanted to say. Don, what do you think?
Well, I think the first thing we need to do, Steve, if for those of you who wonder, this is the mainsail bouncing around in the wind behind us. So I think we're doing a pretty good job of being steady.
I told you to
doing
fix
this
that before we shot this.
I know you said that, but I don't have much control over that. He's the sailor, I'm the first mate, and that's the way it works. And so I got it fixed for apparently a few seconds here. But that being said, no, I was looking forward to this. Steve had told me a long time ago, as he said in his blog, he said if I ever buy a boat, would you sail with me as first mate? And I said, okay. Well, he obviously called my bluff, and here I am. But I am so excited about it. Quite frankly, the first 3.5 days here have been really interesting, not because of the mechanical problems, but the issue of just seeing what wildlife is around here. We saw a bald eagle trying to catch an osprey. Was it the other day? Wednesday when we got here. Sorry, our days are getting messed up as far as timing. But that being said, that's the whole purpose of adding a little extra to this trip, bringing this boat down to Charleston.
Yeah, so we're going to do it tomorrow, and we're glad you're with us. Check in on the blog every day. I was going to say my email, thanks for the emails and the Facebook responses. It really charges us up a little bit. My email is stevecashdollar, all one word, at AOL.com. And I'd like to get a message from you, or anytime you want to ask a question. We're going to talk to about 5 different school classes while we're going, and they've already sent
a boat go by.
Is that what's causing that?
Yeah.
The school classes are going to tune in daily or whenever they can, and they've already sent us some. I think we got like 20 questions already, and they're great questions. We'll be answering those tomorrow and the days going forward. Thanks for sending those questions. It's fun to see what you're thinking about and what you're curious about, and makes us think a little bit also. Do we have to look up any of the answers on
Yeah, we may have to.
So thanks for that. Stevecashdollar at AOL.com, and your email is?
Cookie at NKTelco, and that's K-U-C-K-Y, at NKTelco.net for the friends in New Bremen that have gone online to kind of keep track of us. And I do have to do this. I know it's not going to be a good segue, but you can't see it. I can tell you can't see it. But that's the sign for my grandchildren, Celeste and Avery, who are in New Bremen, Ohio, and they've signed up. Thanks to Angie Niemeyer, Mrs. Hagemeyer, and Mrs. Peppelman for allowing the children to do that. We look forward to blogging you, whatever the terminology is. We're not very good at that part. Look forward to talking with you. And by the way, New Bremen, email some questions.
Yeah, we'd like to get your questions and your comments and any encouragement you want to throw along. I should say before we stop for today's video, we're facing north. We're in a harbor on a marina. We're docked here, and if we want look that way, to my left is the Chesapeake Bay. So we're just 50 yards from the bay right now, and in a little bit of a protected area, a marina called Gratitude Marina, if you want to look that up on your map. And behind us, if you turn around and look behind us, is a little bit more of the marina, and over that seawall is also the opening to a huge body of water, the Chesapeake Bay. So just so you kind of know, kind of get your bearing on where we are. It's cloudy here today, but mild and a little bit windy. And tomorrow's supposed to be close to what? 80. Close to 80, and that's an answer to a prayer. A little bit of warm weather and a little bit of wind is perfect for this boat and for Don and I. So anything else?
That's what they say, fair winds and full sails.
Something like that. We'll see you the next time. Thanks for joining in. Bye, everybody.